What's up, YouTube? Chief J here. It is another beautiful, sunny, gorgeous day in over here in South Florida. That's sarcasm if you can't tell. I might get rained on again, much to everyone's laughter and enjoyment. You guys really seem to like it when I get stuck in the rain and I'm miserable and wet and cold, and you guys seem to find that hilarious. Nah, I guess it is. Anyways, I'm back. I'm back from the Tampa meetup. I'm back on asphalt. Glorious asphalt. How I love you so. Where it reacts pretty much the way you think it'll react. And doesn't go all crazy and weird and crap. These freaking bumps. Oh no. Oh lordy. As you guys might have seen, in my last video, I did a nice little compilation of the music video thingy of the Tampa meetup. Which was cool, because, I mean, I met a lot of cool people. It was a fun little ride. Then, there was part 2. In part 2, I went to ride the Croom with Mototrippin. This was a trap. So I'm gonna, if you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. I'll link it in the description. And if you're not subscribed to Mototrippin but you're subscribed to me, what are you doing with your life? Come on. So let me give you a little bit of background, some behind the scenes information regarding that little excursion with Monsieur Mototrippin. The day before that, I had ridden about 300 miles from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to around 11 o'clock at night to get to Tampa from where I live, which is Palm Beach. So I was doggone tired and I'd done a ton of mileage. Then, the day of the ride, I rode from the hotel to the first meetup spot where we met up with Salt the Wound and the Florida Rider and some other guys. And then we rode to the meetup spot, the first place we meet up, where we then rode to the second place, the meetup semi-destinations, the lunch spot, where we went for lunch. So that was the nice part. So we did that. Then I went with Mototrippin to the Croom, and that was the part where I almost died. Many, many times. I shouldn't say died. I don't think I came close to any serious bodily harm. Define hairy.
You don't want to crash at all.
Like what'll happen if I crash?
You get hurt.
I don't know. Now, there's another important thing to note aside from the amount of riding I'd done, which is the fact that I had a blown out shoulder. I'm not really sure what I did to it, but I had a blown out shoulder, and let me tell you right now, it was bad. I mean, it was really bad. On the following day, when I rode back, I couldn't even reach my Sena headset. I couldn't even reach the toggle on the Sena without basically having agonizing pain. And in case you're thinking, oh, Jay's a wimp. We saw him being wimpy at Croom. Oh, she got training wheels. I could use those. I've broken my arm before and not even gone to the hospital. I've got a fairly high pain tolerance, but this was ridiculous. My shoulder was just completely wrecked. So anyways, so that's a bad start, right? That's a very bad start, I would say. And then the crashing started. I don't know how many times I crashed. I literally asked Mototrippin at one point, hey, how many times have I gone down? And he said, I have no idea. A lot. Because I did go down a lot. So we get into the Croom. And we get to the sand pit, and before I even really enter the sand pit, I'm like at the edge of the sand pit, I crash. Like literally, I pull up next to Mototrippin and fall over. Right when I think he was saying something like, alright, so here's the sand pit, look over, see me on the ground. Oh. That's a bad start. So I fell, I crossed the sand pit, I fell again. We went to the Mischief's place, I fell again. We did the trails, I fell again, yeah. He took my bike up the hill because I couldn't, because I didn't even want to think about it. That looks safe! Why are we going there? For those of you that don't know, I mentioned this in my first video, but I've been riding motorcycles since, let's see, March of this year. So about 7-8 months now. And I've never ridden off-road. I mean, I've taken dirt roads before, and I might have cheated a bit and called that off-road because it was off pavement, but I've never actually been off-roading. So there's what you call the deep end, going into the deep end. Oh, you've never been off-road and you've been riding on street for 8 months or so? All right, let's go to the Croom with Mototrippin. So yeah, it was, you can't really, if you've ridden street bikes before, but if you've never ridden on dirt, let me assure you, it's the sand especially. The dirt's one thing, but the sand, I swear to you, the bike literally, like, you cannot really control it. I know you can, and I just really suck at it, but for my intents and purposes, I could not control the bike. The bike went where it darn pleased. I sort of pointed it, I would get it pointed in the direction I wanted to go at first, hold the throttle and pray for the best. And I swear to you, the back end, and the front end too, but the back end, even when you're going along in a fairly straight line, that's a cop, the back end goes wherever it darn well pleases. I swear it goes a foot in either direction. It's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's ridiculous. Anyways, so the best part came towards the end. That's another cop. Is there were trails. When we did the trail section, after he rode my bike up it, up the little the trail. Well then, you might have noticed there were two guys there. These were two guys we kind of just ran into. So Moto does that whole,
Go down this.
right.
Go across these rocks. Ever so gently lower your bike down into that hole. Like that. And you can hunt that down and ride it straight up.
And I'm like, I have to ride this thing the next day, 300 or so more miles to get home, and I have to be in class and at work on Monday. This was a Saturday. I mean, I'm all for like going for it, but if I freaking endo myself and, you know, and I really hurt myself, or even if I don't hurt myself but I really hurt the bike, that's really bad. I'm 300 miles from home and I got to get home the next day. So I did what anybody in this situation would do, and I wimped out. I also felt like throwing up at this point. You know, I'm starting to feel the nausea. Just a little bit. Okay, I gotta take the helmet off. I might actually puke. Not really because of like fear of the thing or whatever. It's nausea mixed with fear. Just because I hadn't been riding hard, but for me I'd been riding very, very hard, so I was pretty physically beat. Not to mention just the exhaustion from how much riding I'd been doing in the past couple days. So I'm at this point, I've got my helmet off, I'm resting. Moto's trying to find a way back up to where we are. So I'm just trying to really explain to them this whole like, hey, Mototrippin, this guy is, you don't understand, this guy's ridiculous. They're doing the whole, you know, yeah, cool, sure. Probably thinking to themselves, oh, look at the kid, he's starstruck, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he sucks at off-road. Keep in mind there's a hill to the right of us, like to the right side of that massive drop. And one of them notices kind of the remains of a trail going up it, like a little hill climb. And they go, huh, wonder if anybody could get up there. And then, and then the other guy goes, oh, you know, it looks like somebody has at some point. And sweet, perfect timing, all of a sudden we hear from distinctly above us, up on that hill, we hear, whoa, that's a big spider. And these two guys, I swear, they both look, and then right then and there, Moto crests the hill, and they're just like, oh, he wasn't kidding. This guy really is absolutely insane.
Oh, no, nobody goes up and down these. Nobody rides these.
So anyway, so from then on, it was getting close to closing time. We'd been riding the Croom for, I don't know, couple hours, I think, about 2 hours maybe. I was soaking wet. My helmet smelled like it was bad. It was really bad. It smelled terrible. So we leave the Croom. Oh, sweet baby Jesus asphalt! Oh, it's so beautiful. My bike works normally again. Then I had to ride. Keep in mind now, I had to ride. Leaving the Croom, my hotel was in Clearwater, which, if you guys don't know, is about a good hour and a half away, if not 2 hours. It's pretty far. After riding the meetup ride and riding the Croom with Mototrippin and crashing, I hurt, but I'm proud of myself. Let me tell you, it was the longest ride of my life. It was, no, I take that back, second longest. The ride at more than halfway at night, doing like a couple hundred miles at night, just following Palm Beach Rider's taillight the whole time, that was a long ride. But this was also a very long ride. So yeah, if you're thinking about riding with Mototrippin, the advice I have to give you is, on one hand, do it. It'll hurt a lot, probably. Ow. It'll be really fun. After the fact, you'll look back on it with fondness. However, you will fall. You'll probably mess something up on your bike. You'll feel like you don't know how to ride. I'm getting rained on again. Man, it's that like fine mist. A fine mist. Anyways, guys, that's about all I gotta say today. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later.